If you got a medical bill sitting in collections, watch this before you do anything else, because millions of people believe a federal rule wiped out medical debt off their credit reports. A judge threw that rule out on July of 2025, and there's no federal ban, not today. And I know what you're thinking, Mike, I saw the headlines, medical debts are gone. You did see them. That ruling actually got killed. But here's the part that nobody's telling you. Medical debt did come off of millions of credit reports. That's the real part. The government just didn't do it. It was 3 private companies that did, and they did it voluntarily. I call that a voluntary wall. And anytime somebody build a wall that they choose to build on their own, that's a wall that they can tear down on their own. So right now, whether that bill hits your reports comes down to only 3 things. Number 1, how much you owe. Number 2, how long it's been sitting there. And number 3, the state that you live in. Get one of those wrong and you'll find out at the closing table. And that's the worst place that you can find out. I'll give you 3 numbers in the next 90 seconds. But first, what just happened in Colorado's courtroom decide which side of this field that you land on. On November 5th, a national trade group for debt collections sued the state of Colorado. And here's why. Colorado, they passed a new law in 2023 that kept medical debts off your credit report. And that's one of the strongest consumer protections in this country. The collectors, well, they want it gone. And the entire argument is 2 words, federal preemption. Preemptions just mean federal law beats state's law. So when your state and the federal government disagree, the federal government wins most of the time. So they're saying the federal credit reporting law already allows for medical debts on your credit report. And if federal law allows it, Colorado never had the power to actually ban it. Now, you're probably thinking, Mike, I don't live in Colorado, but stay with me, because Colorado was just the first. That's exactly why they picked it, right? So knock over the first domino and about 14 more states, they're lined up right behind it. So you got California, New York, Illinois, Maryland. I call that the Colorado domino. And that case has not been decided yet. It's sitting in a federal courtroom right now while you're watching this video. If you live in a protected state and you've been relaxing, understand what you're relaxing on, a law that everybody is actively trying to delete, which brings us to what actually decides your situation today. And it's all up to 3 numbers. And the first one is the one people get wrong most of the time. So number 1 is $500. Under $500, and the bureaus don't put a medical collection on your credit report. Over $500, they do. And that is per bill, not added up. 3 separate $400 bills from 3 doctors, still nothing on your credit report. One $600 bill would be a problem. But here's where people kind of wreck themselves. You can't pay that $600 down to a $400 bill and then slide it under the rug. It doesn't work that way. The $500 gets measured when the debt lands in collections, not what you owe today. So what most people try to do is send them $200 thinking that it'll drop it off, but you didn't. It just sits right there. So you're just out of $200, the same bill on your credit report. And it gets worse. In a lot of states, a payment on an old debt actually restarts the statute of limitations. That's the clock on how long you can be sued. And you just handed them a fresh window to take you to court. That is what we call a pay down trap. Now, just let me ask you something. Is your medical collections over or under 500? Not what you owe right now. Was it that when it actually hit collections? You probably don't know, and nobody really knows that off the top of their head. It's on your report, and you need to look at all 3 bureaus, because a collector doesn't have to report to every single bureau. It can sit on one and not the other. So for credit monitoring, I use Smart Credit, and I'll put the link down below. So once you pull your Smart Credit report, you can find every medical collection. If you write down the original balance, you'll need those numbers for the next 2 minutes, because number 2 catches people who think they're already in the clear. Number 2 is 365 days. An unpaid medical collection doesn't hit your report until a full year. The bureaus, they just hold on to it. Most people hear that and relax, but that's backwards. Because if that bill is old and if it's been sitting for 2 years, 3 years, and the year's already burnt, it should be on your credit report right now. Old doesn't mean safe. Old means it's already landed. And if the bill is new, you're still not protected. You're on the clock and nobody calls you at day 300 to warn you that that medical bill is about to show up. It's just going to show up. And you could probably call that a grace window. And here's what almost nobody does with this grace window. That's the only stretch of time where you got real leverage. The bill isn't on your report yet. So the collector, well, they got nothing to hold over your head. That's when you negotiate all before this even touches your credit. Once that year runs out, then you will end up negotiating from behind. Look at the date on your reports. Not when the letter showed up, not when the service happened. That's number 2. But number 3, it has nothing to do with your bill at all. It's about where you live. And it's the number 1 thing that's under attack right now. So number three is actually your zip code. So about 15 states, they passed their own laws restricting medical debts on your credit report. Remember those names? California, New York, Illinois, Maryland, Minnesota, Washington, and a handful more. If you live in one of those and the rules are different for you than the guys in one state over, right? So it's the same bill, the same amount, the same collection agency, and it will be a different outcome, all because of the zip code that you live in. And now this is where it comes back down to Colorado. If the collectors actually win that case, then every one of those state laws are in the crosshairs. And that's the whole point of suing Colorado first. To prove the arguments works there, then run it to every other state. But wait, there's more. Back in October, the CFPB put out a rule saying that the federal credit law overrides those states' protections. Now that's an opinion, not a court order. A judge still has to decide on this. But when the agency that's supposed to protect you is actually arguing for the other side, that should tell you the way the wind is going to blow. So here's what really matters for you today. If you're in one of those states and there's a medical collection that's sitting on your report right now that is not supposed to be there, that's grounds today, while the state law still stands. Now, everything I just told you, the $500, the 1 year, the state laws, there's one kind of medical debt that ignores all 3 of these, all right? And it's the most common one that's out there. So let's say you go in for a root canal. Let's say it's, $2,800, and the lady at the front desk says, we got a card for that, right? No interest for 12 months. And then she say, you want me to run it? And you say, yeah, because everybody says yes, right? So congratulations, right? You no longer have a medical debt. You have what we call a credit card. That's not a technicality. That's how it actually gets coded. Those cards, they don't report as medical debt. They report as revolving credit, the same category as a Visa card. You remember the $500 floor? That doesn't apply to credit cards, and there's no floor on a credit card, right? So that means the 1 year window, it doesn't apply. There's no waiting period, right? The state laws, those that protect the medical debt, well, this isn't a medical debt anymore because you sign that away at the front desk if you use a care credit or something like that. And then guess what? If you miss one payment, it can be on your report in 30 days, not the 365 days that a medical debt would be. Nobody at the front desk is going to explain to you that this credit card might hurt you because they get paid when you sign, right? So if you got one of those care credit cards or something like that, stop thinking of it as a medical debt because it is actually a credit card now with a hospital logo on it. So I need you to treat it like one. All right. So you got the 3 numbers and you got the trap that they're going to set for you. Now let's find out what's actually on your credit report. So I want you to pull up your credit report and I want you to find the medical collections. All right. So the first thing we want to check is we want to check and see if our medical debt is paid. If you paid off your medical collection, any size, any amount, It's not supposed to be on your report at all. Paid medical collections are supposed to come off. A whole lot of them actually stay on your credit report, and that's not right. Now, check number 2. What was the original balance? Is the original balance supposed to be under 500? If it's under 500, it shouldn't be listed. And I'm talking about the original balance, not what you owe today. So check 3. How old is it? If the service happened less than a year ago and it's already showing up on your credit report, it's showing up early. Now, check 4. What states are you living in? So if you are in one of those 15 states where a medical collection on your credit report is their problem, all right? It's not yours. Now, hear me out on this part, because this is where people actually blow it. The credit bureaus run a software that flags people who dispute everything on their credit report at once. And the second you look like that guy that's doing that, everything you seeing gets treated like noise. I want you to flag the ones that failed that 4-check system that I just talked about. And I want you to use specific reasons, right? And that's a completely different letter. And we handle it completely different. So how many of those checks did you actually find? So let me show you exactly what to send. All right, so we're gonna call this 4 moves, right? So in this order, number 1, I want you to call the provider and ask them for an itemized bill. Not a statement, not a summary that they can mail to you. That's actually kind of useless. You want it line by line. You want every code, every charge. Medical billing errors are everywhere. And if you find a charge for something that you never got, and guess what? The whole debt is in question. All right, number 2, get you a EOB from the insurance company. So it's an explanation of benefits. That's the documentation that spells out what insurance has agreed to pay. Half the time, a bill goes in collection because somebody filled out the EOB wrong. And the EOB is what is actually going to prove it. You can send the collector a debt validation letter. Validation just means prove it, right? So prove you own this debt, prove the amount is right, prove that you can still collect on it, and they have to answer in writing. And medical debt, it gets sold 2, 3, 4 times sometimes. So before it lands on your report, the paperwork often goes missing. 4, now you dispute with the bureaus. All 3, you do it separately, and you want to make sure you do it in writing. Attach what you found and be specific. This collection is under $500. Here's an itemized bill showing the original balance. You see how that works? And that's the process. And if you want help actually running the process, we got a community where Dave and me, we sit down with people like you and we go through your reports. We teach you how to go through your reports. The link is down below if you need it. Now, if that bill is real and you owe it and there's nothing to dispute, then we would go in a completely different direction. And this is the part that I wish more people knew about, and it's called charity care. Every nonprofit hospital in the country is required by federal law to have a financial assistance program, all right? It's required, and it's tied to their tax status, all right? And most of them do a real good job at not telling you this exists. You don't have to go broke to try to qualify for it either. On average, a family of 4 making under $100,000 a year actually qualify for this. Some people get their whole bill wiped out, and some get a big discount. If you already made your payments on it, sometimes you can even get that money back. There's a nonprofit called dollarfordollar.org. What they do is they do this for free. So you answer a few questions and they'll tell you you're likely to qualify. And their team, they'll fill out the hospital application and they'll push it through for you. They don't charge you a dime, all right? And that will be for the bill that you already got. And if you're uninsured or you're sitting on a $5,000 deductible, there are more coming. All right, so let's bring this all the way home, right? Here's where we are. There are no federal rules actually protecting you. That died back in July of 2025. What's protecting you right now is a policy that 3 credit bureaus decided on voluntarily. And that's what we call the voluntary wall. And there's a federal courtroom right now in Colorado that can start knocking down all the state's protections that's actually behind it. So your window is now, not next year, not while the rules are still in your favor. Remember the 3 numbers, $500, 365 days, and your zip code. And watch out for that medical credit card because it's not one of the three that actually apply. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to pull all three of your reports. I want you to run the 4 checks. I want you to flag what fails. I want you to send the itemized bill. I want you to get that EOB and then the validation letter if all that fails, right? So if you actually owe it, then go to Charity Care before you send anybody a single dollar. And do me a favor, I want you to drop a comment and tell me what state you're in and whether you found a medical collection that's sitting on your report, right? So I read the comments and I want to see how many of you are actually in a protected state. But if you got collections that aren't medical, then that's a different playbook. And I'll put that video right here and I want you to go watch it next.